Start to become aware of your breath, your inhale and exhale. Breathing evenly in and out through the nostrils. Your next exhale, drop the chin down to the chest and then take the chin across to your right shoulder. Inhale here, exhale, drop the chin and take it across to your left shoulder. Inhale here, exhale, drop the chin. Let's go back to the right shoulder. Inhale and exhale as you move across to the left shoulder one more time. Inhale, come back to center and bring the head back up. Taking the right ear towards the right shoulder, maybe adding that left arm down onto the mat, or even adding the right arm on top of the head, gently stretching the left side of your shoulder and neck. And let's take that on the other side. Left ear to left shoulder, push down into the mat with the right hand, maybe holding and gently pulling down the head. Bring yourself back to the center. Let's lift the left arm and we'll take it across into a side stretch towards the right side. So feeling the stretch here down the side of the left side of the body. Take the gaze up to the hand if you like, and then to the other side, right arm up. You move across to the left side of the body, stretching the right side of the body. Hold and breathe. Bring yourself back up to center. Bring your hands in front of you. Lift up the chest and then exhale as you drop the head and torso down. Maybe coming down onto the elbows and forearms, or maybe just resting the hands in front of you. Breathing here, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Slowly start to stack the vertebrae up as you come back up to a seated position. Head's going to come up last. And we're going to move across to all fours position. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Try and get a neutral spine and then inhale, arch your back. Exhale as you scoop the tailbone under, the chin under. Get a nice stretch across the shoulders. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, scoop everything up and under. Push the hands into the mat. Good, let's go. One more. Inhale, slowly working through the spine. Exhale as you scoop everything up. Push the hands away. Inhale and tuck the toes. Push the bottom back. We're taking a variation of child's pose here with the toes tucked under, just to wake up the soles of the feet and give yourself a nice stretch there. Sliding the hands out in front of you and breathing here. Maybe the forehead's on the floor. Maybe you keep it slightly elevated. Do what feels good in your body. And then we're coming back to our all fours position to push back to a downward facing dog. And if you want to, bending one knee and then the other, just to pedal through the legs a little bit. This feels good. Otherwise, just stay with a nice still down dog, just breathing here. Lifting yourself up onto your tiptoes, bring yourself to a plank and then drop the knees down, release the toes. Tuck the toes again and lift the knees off, just waking up through the core. And then pushing yourself back into a turbo dog here, just with the knees bent. So it's a downward facing dog with the knees really bent. And then exhale as you straighten the backs of the legs. Breathe in here, get those fingers spread nice and wide. Feel that stretch down the back. Look towards the hands. Step the right foot through into that space between the hands. So we come into a lunge. And then we're going to twist and lift the right arm up to the ceiling, twisting with our ribs, our thoracic spine, our chest, and take the gaze up to that right hand if it's comfortable. Exhale, sweep the hand all the way behind you and drop it down to the outside of the foot. Step back to your downward facing dog. Other side's coming up. Left leg's going to step forward on an inhale. Bring yourself to that lunge and then lifting the left arm up. Twisting towards your left thigh. So we're twisting the upper back, the back ribs, the front ribs, the chest. Right hand is flat on the floor. Gaze is up to the left hand if it's comfortable on the neck. Inhale and exhale as you reach the left hand behind you. Big semicircle to bring it back to the floor and step back to your downward facing dog. Breathing here, inhale, exhale. And then we're slowly going to walk the feet up to join the hands. Coming into a nice forward fold. Just let the back relax, let the chin be tucked in. Bend your knees and we're going to roll up through the spine to come to standing. Ready for our sun salutation A. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold the body down. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the back and the legs. And exhale as you step back to your high plank and lower to the floor, Chaturanga Dandasana, or drop the knees and then chest. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Just breathing here, feeling that nice equal inhale and exhale in your downward facing dog. Don't worry if your heels aren't touching the mat yet, just work towards straightening the backs of the knees. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, look forward, stepping up to join the feet with the hands. Exhale, fold the body over. And inhale, push the feet into the floor as you reach all the way back up again. Arms come up over the head. Exhale, bring the hands down by your side. And we start that again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold the body over. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen through the spine and the backs of the legs. Exhale, plank pose to the floor. Exhale and inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Again, spending some time to breathe here. Moving the shoulders away from the ears. Make sure the fingers are spread nice and wide and flat against the mat. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, we're going to step up to join the hands with the feet. Fold the body over, exhale. Inhale as you come back up to standing. Arms lift up, take the gaze up. Exhale, bring the hands back down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold your body over. Inhale, come to a half lift here. And then exhale, making your way back to the floor. Step the right leg back and lift the torso up, lift the arms up, take the gaze up to the thumbs. Exhale as you bring the hands down, step yourself back to a plank, lower to the floor. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's send the left foot forward, this time into that space between the hands. Drop the knee. Reach your arms up, reach your torso up. Maybe you take the gaze all the way up to the thumbs. And then exhale, we'll come back down. This time stepping it back to your plank. Exhale as you lower to the floor. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in here nice and steady. Inhale and exhale. Find the breath again. Find the calmness in the breath and the stillness of the posture. Inhale, we're going to step our right foot forward into the space between the hands and come up this time into a crescent lunge, that parallel lunge where the right knee is bent and the left leg is straight behind you. Arms are up in line with your ears. If you can, roll those shoulders down. And then we're going to exhale as we open into a warrior two pose. So we're opening our chest, our ribs, our hips towards the left side of the mat. Our gaze is to our front hand, our right hand. Moving now, inhale and exhale, take the right hand up and reach backwards into your reverse warrior. Maybe wrapping that hand behind the back or maybe just resting it gently on that back leg, that's the left leg. Exhale, straighten the right leg And bring yourself into a triangle pose, Trikonasana, rotating in that right hip joint. Maybe bringing the hands all the way down to the floor, to the toes. And then inhale, lift yourself back up to warrior two. And we're going to exhale and rotate everything back to the floor through our high plank, or step back to your downward facing dog. So you could choose there to go through a full vinyasa, chaturanga, up dog, down dog, or just step to down dog. Good, breathing steady. Start to take your last inhale and exhale. And then we're going to move again to the other side of this sequence. So inhale, step that left leg into the space between the hands. Moving and finding your way up to this crescent lunge. Both legs are parallel. Right knee is stretched out behind you, right thigh is lifted, and left knee is bent. Arms are up by your ears. Exhale as you open into a warrior two. So this is an external rotation in the right and left hip. And your chest is now facing the right side of the mat. Your gaze, your drishti, to your left palm. Inhale and then exhale to take that reverse warrior other side. Maybe bringing the right arm around the back, or maybe resting it. Try not to put any weight in that right hand as you keep stretching into the side body. And we move into our triangle pose, straightening both legs. Reaching down with our left hand to our left foot and reaching our right hand up toward the ceiling. Good, breathing here, grounding down through both heels. Bring yourself back up to a warrior two pose, and then we're going to exhale, rotate everything down and step back to your downward dog, or by all means fit in another vinyasa here. That's chaturanga, down dog, up dog and down dog. Your choice there. Inhale, coming into a high plank. We're going to lower down to the floor again. And this time staying on our fronts, keeping the hands underneath the shoulders. We're just going to lift the shoulders and chest, maybe a rib or two off the floor as we hold this cobra pose. Good. Draw the shoulder blades together and down the back, and then exhale, drop the head back down. Bring the hands down by your sides and palms facing up. We're going to take a locust or shalambhasana pose. So you may want to do that with the legs on the floor, or lifting the legs and the shoulders, chest and some of the ribs off the floor. Good. Bring the hands back down to find the mat again with your hands, and bringing yourself back to a child's pose, just to take a few breaths here again, to reconnect with the breath, to find the breath, that equal, steady, calm breath. I'm going to move now through to seated position. So you may want to take that from a downward facing dog, or however you choose to get around, just moving around to sitting on our sit bones. We're going to take Navasana boat pose. I'm showing here option 1. Option 2 would be with your arms not holding the backs of your legs. So you can hold behind the knees or keep the hands parallel with the shins. Exhale as we lift the bottom off the floor, and then inhale round to Navasana. Either stay with option 2 or option 3 would be to straighten the legs. Keep drawing that low belly in, keep breathing here. Good, cross the legs again, and this time just coming to a seated position. We're going to take a twist, left arm to right knee. Take the right hand behind you and twist the torso around. So again, we are primarily moving here from the thoracic spine, the middle of the spine, ribs, shoulders, and trying to keep that lower part of the spine nice and still. Switching sides, we take right hand to left knee. Twisting, taking the gaze around and across that left shoulder. Breathing in and out as always. Breath is there in the posture. We're going to bring our knees up, soles of the feet to the floor. Make sure you've got enough space behind you. Shuffle forward if you need to. Scoop the belly and roll down to the mat, dropping slowly as you can. Good. Just hug that right knee into the chest and straighten your left leg. And then reaching behind either the hamstring, the calf, start to straighten the leg. If you can, maybe you're reaching up to the outside of the foot or even to the toes and pull that leg in towards you. Maybe this looks different. Maybe your leg is just working on reaching the heel up to the ceiling and straightening the back to the knees. Good. Just release back down there and switch legs. So lift that left knee into the chest, hug it in, give it a good squeeze into the chest. And then taking the hands behind the leg, again, behind the hamstring, maybe behind the calf, or all the way to behind the ankle, or grabbing hold of the big toe. Breathing here as always, we are breathing in and out in each posture. 3 to 5 breaths in each posture. And then just let that left leg come back down to the floor. Sliding the feet up now so that you can bring the heels almost to the bottom. You should be able to just touch the backs of the heels. As we inhale, we're going to push the pelvis up. We're going to work our way into a shoulder bridge. So again, the variations of that are just lifting the pelvis up or taking a fuller version here where you roll the shoulders under and interlink the fingers underneath you. Keep pushing that pelvis and the quads, the thighs up toward the ceiling. And now slowly lower back down to the floor. Give the knees a little hug into the chest, maybe even rocking from side to side here. Give your spine a little massage. And we're just going to bring our legs up to the ceiling now. You might find that that's comfortable to stay here, or scoot the bottom up. Take the hands underneath the bottom and the lower back. And that's to just help support the legs up into the air. Just a few breaths here as we allow the blood to flow from the feet down toward the hips, reversing that direction of blood flow and re-energizing all the muscles in the legs. Close the eyes if it feels good here. Again, breath is steady and calm. Exhale and slowly take both knees over to the right hand side. If you can, all the way to the floor. Taking your gaze across to your left hand. Getting it twisting into the back. Inhale, bring both knees up. And exhale, take both knees over to the left hand side. Again, taking the gaze over to your right hand. Closing the eyes now, we're starting to close down and internalize, bringing the attention back to our breath in and out. Let's just give ourselves one last squeeze. Squeeze everything up into a ball. Squeeze yourself into as small a ball as you can. And then as you exhale, bring yourself into your final resting pose or corpse pose shavasana. Let the breath return back to its natural breathing pattern. So without trying to equalize it or change it in any way, we are just letting the body, the muscles, the bones, the fibers relax. Feel free to press pause here and take as long a shavasana or resting pose as you like. Bring attention back to your breathing now. Just noticing that inhale and exhale again. Start to bring a little bit of movement back into the body, just to wake the body back up again. Starting maybe just with a movement in the fingers and toes. Slowly, gradually in your own time, building in any larger movements that you may want to take here, just again to wake the fibers up, wake the body up. No wrong movement here, just whatever the body feels like it needs. Just slowly begin to make your way over onto your side. And then slowly push yourself up to a seated position. A dog is optional for these final few moments of meditation. Bring yourself back to that comfortable seat that we started with. Close the eyes, internalize again on your inhale and exhale. Spend a few moments here just focusing on that breath in and out. Finding time to find gratitude for the breath. Let's finish with bringing our hands together at heart center and taking the thumbs up to the third eye to bow down and give thanks to ourselves. The light in me honors the light in you.